Okay, so where are we again? We are Footfall on the dock still. Just wandering around picking stuff up, buying stuff we can. There's a puzzle down here, the lower portion of the map, but there's loot behind there. I'm sure it's the puzzle is to open the doorway to get there, but puzzle sucks. So we will continue exploring because there's no hints to. I mean, you could probably brute force your way through the lock, but
intriguing.
Too much effort. Rest of Footfall.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
As always.
Containers marked foodstuffs, but it is empty, and by the look of it, it has not been moved in a while.
The world will bow.
Stuff. What's this? Grenadier's cloak. Or sorry, grenadier. Still grenadier. The wearer and their allies are immune. The wearer and their allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. Okay. So that means you can throw grenades on yourself and you won't hurt yourself. Right, functionary stuff. Cold trader? What's a cold trader? And the glop were being fed. Not even sewer slugs would bathe in that. Did you say something? I was trying to, but you're not listening. Anyway, this cloak. You've got a cloak. You've got a cloak. Cloak. Everyone has a cloak. Iconoclast flower. Each heroic act used in battle increases the wearer's dodge by 20% until the end of combat, max of 60%. Gento. +5 fellowship for each enemy and 2 cell radius. Does she really care about that? I don't think so. Let her throw grenades. More grenades. Okay, so... Oh, we missed this over here. Now's our time, not theirs. Go to... Oh, we already saw this. Or we've seen one of those, at least. So apparently there's a number of those type of notes floating around. Looks like we're moving on.
Let's seize the opportunity.
On we go. So atrium or the shadow quarters? Tethered spirit. And no quest there. So atrium it is. Load. And I wish it would go straight to the stream without having to hit a key. I understand why they do that sometimes, but I'd rather just go here automatically. So the atrium to our left.
I tread a path unexplored.
Shopkeeper. You meet all kinds of footfall, and you can tell can't tell right who just looks crazy and who's. And why does this keep collapsing? Some trumpets, rustling rags, stuffs. I don't care. Oh, look, another cloak. Fireproof cloak. is immune to burning. Also, whenever the wearer ends their turn, burning is removed from all adjacent allies. Let's go. Von V. So, while the wearer is at full health, they gain +5 to all characteristics, so that's a good thing. Iconoclast thing. The grenade immunity one. Increases melee attack damage against demon enemies by 2. If the wearer has the dogmatic conviction, the damage is increased by 4. Increases the range of officer archetype abilities by 1. So that hurts. Plus 15% armor against warp damage. How about the no burning thing instead? Oh, we picked up these gloves too. To parry melee attacks with their ranged weapons, use ballistic skills, whatever. So, how about you? Currently using these gloves. Wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain +1 bonus to damage. But we just have you parry melee attacks better. Oh, look, they even change. He's not wearing any gloves. You don't have any gloves. He's got the sniper gloves. All attacks of opportunity deal an additional agility bonus damage, which is 4. Attack use bonus. She's got no gloves. Neither does she. Yeah, that's where we came at. Guard, what do you have to say? All is common football, mostly. Footfall, mostly. Not football, footfall.
Unseen.
This place is turning me nearly deaf as well, and that's with that sorcerer's stuff. Wish that would show up here. And this place is nearly turning me deaf as well, and that's with that sorcerer's voices in my head. If it's not swearing, it's the merchant shouting or gunshots. It's the same wherever one goes on footfall. Apparently, Abelard likes it here.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
We need no rulers or leaders. We are not an organization. We are a force of nature, AMD. Guessing those are the troublemakers. How can the Leech stand for this? They should have stoned them all. Fine then, we'll deal with this ourselves. Uh-oh. Choice time. The buzzing crowd has closed in on several harried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. Angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt. A massacre is about to take place. And we're here to... An instigator. Just cut their throats already. What were they thinking letting that ship dock at Footfall? They're all stricken. No cutting. We get the blood on us. We'll be tainted too. Better burn them. Look, there's a hand. Hieronymus Doloroso. Be quiet, you scoundrel. The priest, clad in a simple black raiment, cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right. Argenta stares at the sight of the elderly priest. That's Reverend Hieronymus. I'm surprised he decided to intervene in a street squabble. What's going on here? Watch in silence. Should I intervene? I'm supposed to be incognito. I'll watch in silence. Reverend, but these are heretics, real heretics. Their whole planet is a plague. Folks say they will all die. The folks say they all died over there, and why is that, huh? Because they're heretics, and the Emperor punished them. We're no heretics, says the refugee. One of the people surrounded by the crowd raises his chin. We ran from the heretics, barely escaped with our lives, and there was no plague on our planet, only the archenemy's minions, a whole army of them. He spits on the ground. And if you want to blame anyone, blame those who have abandoned our world. Blame the governor. Blame the tech priest. Blame the masters of Kiava and Gamma who forsook it in the darkest hour. Its darkest hour. What's going on here? Several dozen gazes bore into you, and who are you supposed to be? Gimpy Rochera. I am an envoy of the Von V's dynasty. Concerned citizen and an armed one. I suggest you think well before giving it me lip. Rabble-rouser gives you an appraising look. You've got a point there. I wonder if you can back it up. Hermonis Doloroso. Silence. You must be completely out of your minds. A band of hopefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting until the end of your days. And what's so wrong about that, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. We're not heretics, the haggard man is on the verge of tears. We're refugees. I swear it on the golden throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors and heretics, the lot of them. A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you, at the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center. Cassia, how tiring. The motley sea of colors that fills this restless cloud is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. Their red buds swelling, ready to burst and paint all who are gathered here. Cassia looks at the crowd of troublemakers warily, and they shudder at the very sight of her. As for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in purplish black grief, but their words are as transparent as the ice that lies at the top of a glacier. But commoners are always deaf to other suffering, for such is their nature. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you or me, Gimpy. Address the refugees. Those are serious accusations you're spouting. I hope you have proof to back it up. All onlookers are to return to their homes immediately. The refugees can go to the Dock Alpha Row. I will speak to you later. Comply or face consequences. Sure. Succeeded. Rabble-rouser looks at you morosely. I don't want to get in trouble over this lot. Refugees use the interruption to make off in the direction of Dock Alpha Road. Look, we didn't kill anybody. Who's disappointed? Show of hands. Hieronymus, the arrogance and self-righteousness of a malefactor. The priest shakes his head disapprovingly, then his eyes shift to you. I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. I thank you for stepping in. Please come see me when you have the time. We can talk then. I know, it's shocking, isn't it, Ring? Nobody died. At least not by my hands. Well, nobody died here. It could have went badly. The giant hand in the middle of your screen. I know, it's the statue. It's the statue. Unfortunately, once the dialogue starts, you can't move the camera. So... sometimes you're able to zoom in past it, but I forgot to try. I was just trying to move it. It wasn't moving. But yeah, that's where the hand came from. Speak to the hand. Speak to the hand. It won't talk back, though. Oh, look, there's a lock that we can open.
Ruinous favor prevails.
In this mismatch of devices and cables, you notice equipment from totally different eras. Some ancient, some merely old, and others hastily tossed together in more recent years. But There's no stuff. Stall selling old knickknacks for everyday needs. It's not very helpful. Small food booth. The notations look meager. Sorry, the portions look meager. Oh, it's common footfall, mostly. I've heard that. Where's your shoddy-looking weapons built of questionable parts? So quality. Quality parts. Quality merchandise. He keeps leaving paper on the ground. We're not... We know this. Use the cogitator. Bless children of Terra, and may the Emperor's light never forsake you. Sounds like a door we just opened. It's like a gate. Like pretty flowers overgrown with weeds, the halls of Footfall's former palaces and temples have been overrun by the shabby houses of the present-day inhabitants. Well, that's not nice to say. Boots. Unyielding Vanguard boots. All allies in a 2-cell radius around the wearer gain a plus 40% bonus to resolve from the Unyielding Beacon ability instead of the original bonus. What does that? Unyielding Beacon.
Intriguing.
Is that? Yep.
I'm at your service.
So who's got the unyielding beacon? I see no mention of beacon at all. So who's got it? Nobody here, apparently. Oh, this could be here. Merchant talents. It's not you got, or not him. Being unyielding. Yes. We just don't have it yet. Or I haven't picked it up. Got it. I guess we'll give it the boots to him. Does he have boots? He only has boots. When the wearer deals damage to an enemy, the wearer has a 25% chance to gain 2 movement points. He doesn't have any boots. You can wear them from now. You'll be fine. Arnold Barker. What was that? There you are.
Let's see.
Come on,
the
you
opportunity.
pansy. Get back in there and fight.
This young man is clearly making every effort to look dapper. His fashionable clothes are practically new, and his hair is well groomed. What ruins their impression is the poorly scrubbed off oil stains from his leaky implant and the fit of the jacket, which was clearly made for someone else. Come one, come all, see for yourself the best collection of live Xenos on Footfall. What kind of collection is this? Dangerous, vicious, ruthless xenobeasts, caught red-handed as they were attempting to commit evil against the Imperium, but right now, they're harmless. Our cages can withstand their rage, but I wouldn't recommend getting too close. Ha ha. So dogmatic. Do you know what I see? Heresy. These exhibits must burn, and you will burn along with them. Succeeded. These aren't Xenos, they're mutants in makeup. The man smiled dim, but only for a moment. Not Xenos, you say? I'm sure there must be some mistake. I will check the shipping list myself, rest assured. His words are oozing with greenish-yellow hues. I do not think the promise will be kept. Such entertainment is lucrative precisely because billions of Imperium subjects have never encountered Xenos in their life. Ignorance and curiosity create colossal demand. That's what I was taught, and I can see that the lesson was truthful. He demanded this abuse be stopped and all the captives freed. Dangerous form of entertainment. Xenos have no place among humans. Kill them all. I will buy all the captives from you. So we're pretty much dogmatic. When I see heresy, these exhibits must burn and you will burn along with them. Don't kill them, use them as kindling. Well, this isn't killing the mutants. This is killing the guy that's, showing them off, so... Oh, you didn't see an option to use them as kindling? Well, this is what this does. Well, wait, please. Dogmatic +4. So much for combat.
Embrace true power.
So, the point of dogmatic. This is our alignment. Hey, look, we're up to level 2. You're an adherent. When one of the conviction branches teaches, when one of the reaches rank 3 votary, it becomes the character's main focus. When that happens, the other 2 conviction branches cannot be raised above rank 2 adherent. What? Rigged? There's no rigged. Grim determination. Leader and their allies gain a plus 10% chance to survive with 1 wound instead of falling unconscious. That's one thing we get. And then this one, Absolution. First round of combat, all critical hits scored by the Rogue Trader's party inflict burning. In addition, all fire damage suffered by enemies is increased by +1 for each conviction dogmatic rank. So burning. At the start of every turn, the affected target suffers 10 damage and must pass an agility resistance test with a 10% minus to stop burning. So when you're dogmatic, which we currently level 2, so now stuff starts burning on its own. Yes, righteous flames of the Emperor. Everything will be fine. It goes with the Pyromancer theme too.
I tread a path unexplored.
And obstruct several skulls on duty, damaging holy messengers of the Adeptus Mechanicus is tantamount to sacrilege. This is the Herald. Okay. Stuff on the ground. Someone must collect. What are you guys doing? More stuff. I don't understand. Never before has Vlandim refused me an audience. Probably because he's not really there. That would be my guess. We're not ready to go into there anymore. Stuff to look at. Oh, look, there's a citizen laying on the ground. I'm so thirsty. You look like you're so gonna die. paper on the ground. Leaflet. Now's our time, not theirs. Go to their homes. I've already seen that one multiple times. Too. Okay. Jersey creature, citizen, worker. That was the first step towards heresy. Deliver your weak minds from the thought and direct all aspirations of the soul. Something now. And deliver your mind and direct all your aspirations of the soul to the service. Sure.
The world trembles beneath my feet. My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Been up here already? Start overs, doing nothing. Jump over. Totally safe.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Commander's Monocle. Whenever an ally under the effect of the wearer's voice of command ability makes an attack during an extra turn, this attack deals an additional +3 times fellowship bonus damage stuff. A greatsword. Second. Okay, what did that get us?
I did it.
Numerous wounds and injuries indicate that this was a particularly brutal murder. The letters A and V are carved into the victim's shoulder blade. Well, that's nice. Third, it looks past you, not noticing your presence, because he's working hard. Grants plus bonus to lore. She's not wearing anything, so you get this one. Oh, it's not showing up on her face. How come? Where's her monocle? Great sword. So that would be maybe for him. I don't think it's better than this, though. Yeah, well. Warriors prefer swords for they provide more flexibility on the battlefield against close combat enemies. So the greatsword is definitely an upgrade over the chainsword. Sure, we can play around with that for a while. Big sword.
Intriguing.
Intriguing. Where's the...
Fate beckons me. Predictable.
Nope.
Let's seize the opportunity.
This mishmash of devices and cables, you notice equipment from totally different eras, some ancient. stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's talk to you, see what you have to say. The man with the face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes on you. Pretty simple black clothes have next to no adornments, and they do nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice, he says, "The Emperor protects." Well, obviously he's not protecting you. The Emperor protects, Reverend. But he protects only those who are pure of heart. You think yourself one of them. Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who have risen to the pinnacles of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride, most degenerate. And you must be the young Von V. That name carries weight, and is a burdensome one. For its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them onward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison? I've heard many exalt the deeds of your intellect and call your wisdom a gift from the Emperor himself. Fools, do they not know that the seeds of heresy sprout quickest in an enlightened mind? Understanding only erodes the will to act. How do you know who I am? The Emperor has blessed me with acute hearing, and the people did the rest. How many members of your crew do you think came to confess the moment they arrived in port? How long do you suppose it took me to piece together the truth from their words? Arena succeeded. The priest's voice is rasping and harsh, but you still manage to pick up a strange change in tone. There is something hidden behind the shift in his speech, something that he did not consider necessary to explain. Persuasion. Make the sign of the Holy Aquila. And I put my faith in the Emperor. We're so zoomed out we didn't actually see that happen, really, but gives you a scrutinizing look, then his tone softens. Well, then be twice as vigilant, for this sector will seize any chance to test your faith. He looks at the Argenta who is standing nearby, and his voice softens slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was your pilgrimage truthful or fruitful? It was, Reverend. Let it be known to you that Theodora von V's ship was attacked by servants of the Argenemy, who appall the heart of any righteous soul, she says, nearly hissing with fury. And not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed rogue trader's crew and help protect the Von V dynasty from the forces of the Argenemy. I am divesting myself of the responsibility of guarding the Footfall's reliquary. I'd add something to that if doing so weren't beneath me. Sister Argenta stood by my side during the assault on the ship, and I could use her assistance going forward. Hieronymus nods in thought. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The Footfall reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. He smiles sadly. I know that what it is that calls you to follow the rogue trader, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you to forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you will relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you will die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you start on a path towards your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on Footfall. They've brought me troubling news from the Footfall's shadow quarters, and the darkest corners where the Liege's wardens do not venture. Taint has taken root. Footfall is consumed by profanity, but even here, true heresy, serving the archenemy, is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abodes with the sun inscribed in blue and gold, and perform strange rituals in secret. The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks all around us, and I wish to see retribution. I come across heresy surprisingly often these days. Why don't you go to the Legion with this matter? We will verify this rumor, Reverend Hieronymus. With great pleasure. Argenta puts her hand on the stock of her weapon. I almost wish for the rumors to be true. My heart yearns for to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble Gimpy, is there more you wish to ask me about? What are you doing on Footfall? Can we move our conversation to a place more befitting people of our rank? I have a question about faith. Tell me about yourself. I must leave. What are you doing on Footfall? What I am doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and the vilest of souls, you mean to say. Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Coronis Expanse. It is the point of arrival for those who have just started on their path, and it is also where those who are reaching its very end return, their souls wounded and bleeding. I embrace both the former and the latter, so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amass in Footfall. If I hear crewmen whispering about every blah blah stuff, oh my god. I bear another darker duty. The expanse is filled with the tainted creations of unholy relics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you, on your travels, come upon dangerous, corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian mission has more to share with the rogue trader. I said rouge trader. Let's take a look at what the followers of Blah have to offer me. Let me see. So, we have no reputation with him yet. Well, we can pick up this stuff if we really want to. The untradeable, show the tradable. So 3,100 worth of stuff. Can't be parried or dodge, that's a good one. Elite chainsword. That's vicious. Sanctified staff. Emperor's Wrath. Can't purchase it though. Let's so we can buy medkits, Enforcer's Helmet. All targets of taunting scream suffer a penalty to the willpower test against this ability. Lots of drugs. Imperial Scroll. Owner plus 15 bonus to Lore Imperium. Oh, we don't have the profit for that though. Bloodhound Staff. Devastating 6. Just a second. Sorry, throat problems. Okay, Devastating 6. The first use of an attacking navigator power per turn does not set the power on cooldown and does not count toward the attack limit per turn. The second use of this power, or the use of a different attacking navigator power on the same target, deals an additional plus 6 damage to all targets and 6 direct damage to the navigator. Plus 10 willpower, plus 5 perception. Can't be used by Gimpy, but it can be used by What's-Her-Face. So I'm going to pick that up. This helmet. Taunting Scream suffer a penalty to their willpower test against this ability. So it's better for taunting people. So that's a Abelard thing. Item tradable. Show that. So it's got to be 100%, so that's fine. So get rid of a lot of this junk, maybe. And go. Still at rep 1. Or sorry, 0. Let's pick this up for free. This is basically just free stuff. Fan of Increases movement points by 6 and 2 charges of the slash ability. Yet reduces weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception by 15 until the start of the user's next turn. So drugs. Okay, so that's staff. Her current staff is Staff of the House Arcelio. Castigating. Enemies targeted by the Navigator powers gain a -5 penalty to all their characteristics until the end of the Navigator's next turn. This penalty stacks and is renewed every time the same enemy becomes a target of the Navigator's powers. +5 and +5. So this one is better? Or it's different. First use of an attacking Navigator power per turn does not set the power on cooldown. Does not count towards the attack limit per turn. So that's pretty strong. I've used that one for a while. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, look, it's got the nice big eyeball on it, too. His current helmet gains +2 times fellowship bonus. His fellowship bonus is low to armor. Helmet also grants a bonus to fellowship equal to 2 times his rank. His rank is low. See, even they have their own little alignments. So it's 2. This current iconoclast is 2. So it's 4. Bonus to fellowship equal to 2. So 4 is fellowship. So it gets it. I'm guessing that's already kicked in there. Yeah, the helmet's already doing +4. So it should be 35. +2 times fellowship bonus percentage armor. So it's 3. So 6% more armor. So if we get his fellowship up, his armor gets better. This taunting scream that I didn't really pay for. He doesn't have taunting scream yet. He might have it someday, just doesn't have it today. Enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. We don't want her taunting, so... Oh well, probably not. It's not like it really cost us anything. First mate Dagon. That guy.
Embrace true power.
Just ran by Luke.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Free stuff.
Operation successful.
Stuff. Like pretty flowers overgrown with weeds, the halls of footfalls, former palaces and temples have been overrun by the shabby house. No, we already read that.
Powers unseen uncover my path. Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
Kind of a movie. The low hum of voices quiets and a dozen gaze a shift to you. First mate Dagon, the tall man with the shaved head, is rubbing his hands together nervously. His opulent clothes are nearly bursting at the seams of his muscular body, and his expression is forbiddingly grim. Still, he's trying to put on an air of friendliness. You must be. Greetings. No, greetings, you must be. He glances at the scroll in his mechanical hand implant. Master Fidelio? All the guests have arrived. You're the last one on the list, and we couldn't, well, start without you. Your presence is absolutely vital, so he doesn't know who we are. Play along. He puts on a broad smile and then catches himself and quickly frowns once more. Please, we can talk later. Chaplain is about to begin. Abelard, what is this tomfoolery? He grumbles, not before making sure that the man is out of earshot. Around. Oh, Cassia. Cassia. Is it Cassia or Cassia? The gathering you found yourself at seems refined and respectable at first glance. The decorations and the attendees' clothes speak of wealth, as so does the location, which isn't far from the Liege's residence. But you notice that most of those gathered are of rather imposing physique. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like are covering the exit. A few are clearly carrying concealed weapons. Your appearance has definitely attracted everyone's attention. Just about every guest here keeps glancing at you, and some are clearly watching your every move, even though they are trying not to show it. I wonder who this Fidelio is, and why they cannot start proceedings until he or she appears. Abelard, judging by the way that fellow with the list was talking about him, it's someone very important, but it's not a name I've heard before. I have never heard of the name before either. What is this place and what is going on here? Dear, I know nothing about the place, but I can tell that something's in the works. Here I sense danger and opportunity. And the danger's a whole lot greater, he finishes grumbling. Join the attendees. I want to see what this is about. Look, it's a corpse. Clerk. Oh, what a terrible, sorrowful day. We pay our respects to the life and soul of Footfall Society, a loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the fire of faith burning, an example to all future generations, the most noble and unforgettable Master Belardo, this loss. The fussy administratum clerk speaks in a strained voice and keeps peeking at a paper with text on it. His speech drags on, blending into a monotonous cascade of praises for the late Master Belardo. Time passed, 20 minutes. So let us offer a prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Belardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to our most revered chaplain. That's who you were. A formidable-looking man dressed in the attire of the ecclesiarchy, a missionary, glares at the gathered crowd. And here you all are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer then. But if you think that the Emperor or the messenger of his will, in other words myself, does not see into your vile souls, you are sorely mistaken. Chaplain looks at you and gives you a slight nod. I wasn't referring to Master Fidelio. At least Dens himself wanted to see him at his funeral, but the rest? I know every one of you, and I would be astonished to discover anyone here who truly mourns this loss. So go ahead and pray for Belardo's soul. Soon the flames will take him, a fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Without another word, Chaplain makes a sign of tequila and pointedly turns away from the attendees. So,
Perfection.
There's an odd smell to this AMSEC. It seems very likely that this drink has been poisoned. Uh-oh. So, chaplain. People to talk to. First.
How fascinating. I tread a path unexplored.
Well, that looked like a trap. Looks like I parted It looks a lot like a deliberately set trap meant to collapse as part of the building. So that was meant to squish somebody. I'm guessing it was me. I fell right for it. Almost literally. Okay, Mr. First Mate Dagon. The man who welcomed you at the entrance is shifting from foot to foot and keeps glancing around with a gloomy expression. He nods to you sympathetically. Master Fidelio. You never introduced yourself. I am Dagon Atheo. I was first mate on Denz's ship. I mean, Master Bellardo. How did Bellardo die? Badly. He went downhill real fast. Just a year ago, he was still living it up, storming the slum of the asteroids to shoot riffraff and mutants, and then all of a sudden, he was done. His old wounds had caught up with him. And he had plenty of those, both from the old days and more recent ones, like when somebody tried to bump him off 12 years back, I think it was. Oh, that was kind of short. Unexpectedly short. Mr. Fidelio, my regards. Chaplain. Close Chaplain leaves an even stronger impression, a tall, burly man whose face and hands bear numerous scars. His entire visage seems to tell the story of many heretics who met their end upon their encounter with this adept of true faith. He gives you a friendly nod, but his gaze is intense, like he's trying to get a sense of who you are. Pleasure to meet you, Master Fidelio. I prefer to go by Chaplain. It is both my name and my occupation. You know, it's funny how, despite being Denz's, that is to say, Master Bellardo's closest associate confessor, I've never heard of you. The man he chose to be his sole heir. I'm glad, of course, that the inheritance didn't go to any of the others, the vultures. But I'm still curious, why you? Here we're especially close. He nods. Unsurprising. Denz did like remarkable people, and he knew how to get people to like him. Given your speech during the ceremony, I take it you're not fond of the other attendees. I'm a missionary of St. Drusus, and the truth of the Imperium speaks through me. So I see no point in pretense. All who have gathered here have one goal, to bite a chunk out of Denz's estate. Ambition and aspirations of wealth are not immoral in and of themselves. Immoral in and of themselves, but, he grimaces. It's just that I am sickened by the thought that such a great man has left behind nothing but a pile of human refuse. His son is a drunk and a weakling. His friend, Dagon, the one who greeted you at the entrance, is a dim-witted brute with an incredibly bloated ego. His widow made off on the family yacht in the direction of the Maw, while his body was still warm, with an entourage of 5 brawny, good-looking young fellows. He peers at you once more. I'd like to believe that he didn't choose you as his heir on a whim, Master Fidelio. At least you had the guts to come here into a nest of vipers who despise you because Denz's money and property slipped through their fingers. I respect that kind of audacity, and so did he. Matter of inheritance, when can I claim it? You just can't wait, can you? He scoffs. After the funeral, Denz will be delivered into the flames, and we will announce his last will and testament, and you will officially come into your inheritance. I have a strong suspicion that someone here wants me dead. He grins. You don't say. How can this be? Someone wants to be sole heir of a tremendous fortune dead? Once the souls blah blah blah, in place where the other contenders deprived of these riches have gathered. If you, Master Fidelio, really are worthy of Denz's name, you will deal with these minor vicissitudes. Consider this my blessing. The Emperor protects. Anyone who deserves it, that is. Thank you for speaking with me. I must go. So at least he doesn't want us dead, that we know of.
Intriguing.
And who are you hiding back here? Delia, the girl dressed in expensive clothes, raises her sad little face to you and says in a serious voice, "Hello. Who are you and what are you doing here?" Hiding, she hesitates for a moment. I thought I was going to cry and I didn't want anyone to see. My name is Adelia Bilardo. It's my grandpa in there in the box.
Hey Gimpy, it is time to take a break.
Shortly.
Your next break is in 1 hour.
After we're done talking to her. So Argenta's face softens. She reaches out and gently strokes Adelia's head. The tears will pass, Adelia. The tears will pass, the strength will return, and your courage will never leave you. Adelia tries to smile, then just nods seriously. Where are your parents? My dad is Cass Bilardo. He's with the guest, and my mom ran away. They told me she hates Dad and Grandpa. I guess she hates me too. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I don't even miss her anymore. I miss Grandpa. He was the nicest. She presses her lips together and lets out a quiet, very unchildlike sigh. Have you ever heard of the name Fidelio? It's someone my dad is very mad at, but Dad is always mad at everyone. At Grandpa, Mom, Dagon, Chaplain. I must take my leave. That wasn't very educational. Okay, so.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Good remembrance. Okay, we'll check this stuff out when I get back from break. This goes. Anyway, because I can take a break, get up, stretch some legs, get some water, that kind of thing. If you've been watching the stream for any length of time, I suggest you do the same. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the dog and kitten video.